Welcome to Sports News. I'm Charles Aruka. The arrival of the World Cup trophy to Belém, the 21st stop on its tour of Brazil, has inspired a violent protest in the Brazilian city. The protest broke out at São José Liberto Gallery in the center of Belém, where crowds of people were lining up to take photos with the trophy. The complaint of the protesters centered on the increase in bus fares. And here in the country, participating states in the Channels National Kids Cup have arrived in Lagos ahead of tomorrow's kickoff date. As early as 10 a.m., participating primary schools and their officials arrived at the team's camp and headed straight for their accreditation for the games. Ogun, Kaduna, Jigawa, Gombe, Kwara, Ekiti, Oyo, Ondo, Osun, Ebonyi, Abia, and defending champions Delta State will compete in the 6th edition of the age-grade football competition. And in the domestic league, Bolan Salami was unable to find the back of the net as Warri Wolves were handed a 2-1 defeat in their match day 14 Globe Premier League clash against Crown Football Club at the Lekon Salami Stadium. Bode Daniel gave the hosts a deserved lead in the 12th minute, but Sopuruchi Dimba restored parity almost immediately for the visitors as the game was all square after the first 45 minutes. It took a controversial penalty kick awarded midway into the second half by centre referee Reverend Eze for an adjudged handball before Crown could return to the lead and subsequently secured the maximum points. That's it on Sports News. Ijoma will be back shortly with the rest of the news at
10. Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Over now to the foreign scene, and a court in Egypt has sentenced former President Hosni Mubarak to 3 years in prison after finding him guilty of embezzling public funds, where his 2 sons were also convicted and given 4-year terms. Here's Cynthia Ayer with more.
That was indeed the case, and the 3 were also fined $3 million in order to pay $17.6 million, which they were accused of stealing. Mubarak, who's 86 years old, is also on trial for abuse of power and conspiring in the killing of protesters during the 2011 uprising that forced him to resign. Then Amnesty International says a shortfall in international support has left many Syrian refugees in Lebanon unable to access crucial medical care. A new report says some refugees have resorted to returning to Syria to receive the treatments they need. More than 1 million Syrians have fled to Lebanon to escape the fighting in their country. Also today, India has invited Pakistan's leader, Nawaz Sharif, to Narendra Modi's inauguration as Prime Minister. This is thought to be the first time a Pakistani leader has been invited to such an event. Other leaders from the South Asia Association for Regional Cooperation are also on the guest list. And the Italian Navy has rescued nearly 1,000 illegal migrants from the seas of southern Italy within 2 days, with 170 children among them. In the latest rescue operations, 462 migrants, including 37 children and 148 women, were rescued off Lampedusa. And those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. And the main news again. The Federal Executive Council has condemned the twin explosions in Jos and offered assurances that the challenge will be surmounted. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police has commenced investigations into the bombing. The Nigerian Army has said it's recruiting soldiers to help rescue the abducted Chibok schoolgirls. Military authorities have said the new soldiers will be trained specially to combat terrorism and insurgency in the country. And the former Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak and his 2 sons have been convicted for embezzlement of public funds. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Focus on Africa is up next. I'm Ijoma Wenyato. Do have a good night.